gonna get through this, okay? We gotta get over to that roof.
What?
You're gonna jump first. Then I'm gonna throw the kids over one at a time.
No way.
Annie, we don't have a choice. We're gonna die here.
Your family need your strength, Jack.
It's gonna be okay.
All right, so first I want to be, are you okay after? Are you fine? Do you need a hug? Do you need some wine?
All of the above, yeah. I mean, even when I felt like I needed that even after I read the script, because when you're reading the script, you're kind of, at first it kind of, oh, it's okay, it's a story about a family, and it is a story about a family, but it's like a story about a family like on steroids, where it's like all hell breaks loose.
So how do you yourself deal in precarious situations?
Well, I would like to say I'm very patient and calm and always know what to do, but I can get very kind of frustrated and kind of aggro. And I know when I did the scene with Lake, who plays my wife in the movie, where I'm trying to convince her that we've got to get to that other roof and we're going to have to jump and we got to get the children over there, that she's sort of dragging her heels, and it felt like a real scene because I felt like we don't have a choice, we've got to do this, and it got very kind of intense. And a lot of the scenes felt like that because maybe because I didn't like study acting and stuff, it always has to feel sort of believable to me. And when we had these kind of great actresses playing our daughters, and you look at their little faces, and it's very easy to feel like, okay, this is what's going to motivate me. I've got to protect them.
I'm going to throw them off a
Yeah,
roof.
right.
Well, so let's talk, obviously, people know you for your comedy, but talk about this is not a comedy in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form. Is it freeing in a way to kind of do something different, and how does it feel,
Well, it feels like more exercise doing this movie than doing a comedy. Comedies, you tend to just kind of sit around and kind of make jokes and stuff. But in this, I think that the challenge was I just wanted to try to hopefully make it as believable as I felt the Dowdles had done in telling the story in the script and making it kind of hopefully believable for an audience, that this is a family that is, that is put into these kind of insane situations, and what do you do when your children are at risk? And obviously you'll do anything.
So talk to me about, because obviously there is the scene that's in the trailer where you have to throw the kids over
Right.
to the roof. There's something innate that is within people where their adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
And they'll do things they could never expect.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that. And have you ever been in a situation like that yourself?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can get into, I have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and you can see them sort of, just going up some stairs and get kind of nervous, and you feel like a surge of like, adrenaline as you kind of rush over to kind of make sure they don't fall. And this movie just takes that and just ratchets it up to like, I think that's my son I hear out there. But yeah, what this movie does is it just kind of keeps raising the stakes. And I would kind of think about my dad and my mother and the stress that just seems to be inherent in being a parent, and that's worrying about your children and worrying about them being out at night and worrying about, stitches and, falling out of trees, just the stuff that happens when you're raising kids. And so I felt like I had something to kind of connect to that, that always felt believable for me.
Last question, wrapping up. You've been in this business now a couple years.
Yeah.
What surprised you the most about your journey in Hollywood?
I guess that the thing that's the nicest, and I was just working on Zoolander in Rome with Ben Stiller, and so we've worked together on a lot of movies, and going back to basically like one of the first movies that I was kind of cast in, that he was directing. And so thinking that you know, that's something that I didn't necessarily ever imagine. I didn't study acting. I didn't imagine that I could, you know, that was a possibility growing up in Texas, that you could work on movies. So I think just the fact that I've gotten to, you know, be out here and be making a living doing something creative, that is something I'm proud of.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fucking love the movie.
Great.